Ladies and gentlemen, greetings from beautiful Barcelona. Today I want to talk to you about Tesla. Not so long ago it was the darling of Wall Street, being worth over 1 trillion, one of the few companies that had such a valuation, which in fact made it more valuable than 10 of its closest competitors combined. Today, however, it's a different story, with the stocks falling over 65% year over year. Moreover, Tesla sales are down globally as well, and they're offering for the first time discounts on some of their models, up to 20% in some countries even, which is quite staggering. Of course, it should be mentioned that Tesla is not the only stock dropping. I mean, when we look at the global situation and what's happening in the markets, pretty much most of the stocks are dropping, right? But Tesla is particular in a way that they had so much promised upside by being the leader in EV car space. I mean, they're still by far the biggest seller of EV cars around the world, no doubt about that. But that lead is shrinking constantly as new players come on market, especially from China, since more of the legacy car manufacturers like Volkswagen, BMW are coming on board with more and more EV models. One of the biggest factors of the slowdown is, of course, also the global economic situation, with the increase in inflation making the cost of production more expensive. On the other hand, making the cost of living more expensive, so people are less likely to spend on new cars in these times. On top of higher interest rates, making it more expensive to borrow and finance new cars, which previously Tesla was really benefiting from, that people could borrow at extremely low interest rates and obviously, afford more car. Right now it's getting so expensive, their monthly payment of the people increases, so people are less likely to buy a bigger or more expensive car. Plus, I also feel they're losing a little bit the edge in terms of innovation. Of course, in terms of self-driving car and IT in the car, they're probably still way ahead of the curve. However, in the total manufacturing process and hardware and design of the car, honestly, in the beginning, I used to love Tesla, but right now, with so many more car companies coming out with their own versions, and having recently driven myself the new Porsche and Mercedes SUV fully electric, I can tell you they look so much better and they feel amazing and so high quality like you would expect. And comparing that to a Tesla definitely feels more mid-scale or lower scale compared to other manufacturers. Another big problem I see with Tesla is that they keep on delaying and breaking their own promises. I mean, the Tesla Roadster they talked about many years ago, and still they have no clear release date yet. The same is true for the Tesla Cybertruck. They came out the first time released 2019, and now here we are, still no release date, and just keeps on delaying. So actually people getting fed up about their broken promises. The same with the full autonomous driving. Some of the people spend up to $50,000 on getting that autonomous driving, and still you can't really fully utilize it. So again, a lot of broken promises, and some people, including Wall Street, are beginning to lose trust in their promises. Now, lastly, people talk about Tesla's Elon Musk problem. Now, obviously, Elon Musk is the genius who made Tesla to what it is today. I don't think without him, it would be where it is actually today and where it was in the past. So really big credit to him. For me, he's such an inspirational person. Most of the things he does, I really admire, and I think such a visionary, and really well done to him. However, with his genius and outgoing personality that he very much shares on Twitter, obviously, he's running a multitude of companies. It's even hard for me to keep track, so I don't know how he manages to spend his time across all those different endeavors, including SpaceX, The Boring Company, and many others. But of course, his most prominent and recent acquisition of Twitter, where he seems to be spending most of his days on tweeting and replying to comments, which honestly, I'm amazed how he does that, running so many other companies and still finding time to do so. But exactly that might be the biggest problem for Tesla and Elon Musk, because he is so outspoken and prominent, and not only talking about the companies he has, but more and more strongly expressing his political views. And as you might know in this channel, I don't talk about politics. However, it is clear to see which side of the political spectrum he stands on. Now, I'm not saying what is right or wrong. That's for each individual person to judge. However, by being so public and prominent and having such a platform to tell your views, obviously he is becoming more and more polarizing. Previously, people only talked about his genius ideas. Now they talk about his political agenda. And that may not be very good for Tesla, because more and more young people are actually saying they will never buy a Tesla because of the political views of Elon Musk. And that's despite the fact that they should be supporting Tesla by pushing the EV movement and making the world a greener place, right? So they like that agenda, but the overarching political views of Elon Musk are actually going counterintuitive to their own political views. Now, following a lot of shareholder backlash, he has come out and said that he will leave the role of CEO of Twitter until he found the replacement. But even if he does that, he's still going to be tweeting around. That can have major implications for his different companies. So if you ask me what's going to happen to the stock of Tesla, honestly, I have no idea. And anyone who tells you they do, you should be very careful about that as well. One thing I can say with certainty though is Tesla is going to remain a very popular stock that people either hate or love. It's going to be volatile and a lot of trading happening. Now, is it going to plummet further? Most likely, as we enter recession territory, especially until summer of 23, there's a very high likelihood for that to happen. Will it bounce back afterwards and return to previous highs? Most likely it might. So for me personally, it's just too volatile, and I think stock valuation is actually based more around the stories around and the founder rather than actual valuation and fundamentals of Tesla. And since I can't predict Elon's next tweets, I better keep my hands away from it. But of course, in the meantime, I'll continue investing into the S&P 500, the 500 biggest companies in the US. And that way I'm still buying Tesla because actually Tesla remains the 17th biggest company in the world by market cap currently. So buying the S&P 500, you're still going to have a piece of Tesla in your portfolio. So what do you think about it? Is it time for Elon to sell more shares of Tesla, as well as tweeting less and overall taking a more silent position in his companies? Or is he actually following the right strategy and it's just a little bump in the road, and long term we're going to see the results from his labor and vision and strategy? Let me know in the comments what you think about it. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, it means the world to me. As always guys, stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!